Happy belated Halloween, y'all. This is Colleen Gary here to... Wait, what's that? What do you mean you can't see me? Is it the lighting or the camera angle or... All right. My bad. Let me fix that. Revelio. Boo! Did I scare you? Oh, come on, y'all. Don't give me that look. Yes, I do own a calendar. I'm fully aware that it's November now. But considering I had a presentation, 2 tests, and a paper all between October 29th and October 31st, I never really got to enjoy Halloween. So I'm gonna enjoy it now. And you know what? That's good news for you because this witch here knows a magic potion that can make all your post-break blues and post-Halloween hangovers go poof. Don't believe me? Let me just check my trusty spell book. Here we are. It looks like this spell needs 3 upbeat pop culture stories, 5 movie suggestions, and 1 video game console. Well, it's your lucky day because we happen to have all of those ingredients and more right here on The Scoop. Megyn Kelly, aka the host of the now canceled NBC morning talk show, Megyn Kelly Today, launched a horrific rant about the political correctness of Halloween costumes. On her show on October 23rd, she said, and I quote, "The costume police are cracking down like never before. There are strict rules on what you may and may not wear, issued by someone who thinks they're the boss of you." To make things worse, she steered the conversation away from the debate over the sexy Handmaid's Tale costume and asked a far more disturbing question. How is blackface offensive? You see, no, Megyn. The question should really be, how is blackface not offensive? Initially, she was defending the actions of Real Housewives of New York star Luann Lesseps for donning blackface with her Diana Ross costume last year. But then Megyn dove deeper into the bone-chilling history of 19th century minstrel shows, as well as her own personal experience, claiming that back when she was growing up, it was okay for a white kid to put on blackface as long as they were playing a character. I guess Megyn is older than she looks because blackface has not been okay for a long time, and honestly, it never should have been okay in the first place. As one might expect in 2018, Megyn's ignorance did not go unnoticed. In fact, this was at least the 5th time in her career that she's let her racism run free. Megyn apologized for her behavior the next day, but it was too little too late because she'd already been burned at the social media stake. Needless to say, after making such insensitive comments on live air for millions, Miss Kelly probably ended up the target of more tricks than treats this Halloween. And speaking of treats, let's check in with Peyton to see what gossip goodies he's got up his sleeve.
Thanks, Colleen. As you all know, Halloween was just yesterday, so for this week's Big 3, I will be counting down the top 3 best celebrity Halloween costumes. Coming in the number 3 spot are Beyonce and Jay-Z, dressed up as the Olympians Florence "Flo-Jo" Joyner and Tommie Smith. For those who are unfamiliar with Joyner and Smith, both athletes are known for being trailblazers in the black sports community. Beyonce's costume was based off of Joyner's outfit from the 1988 Olympic trials, where she wore a one-legged pink Adidas unitard complete with the track number 371. As for Jay-Z, he paid tribute to Smith by posing exactly as Smith did during the 1968 Olympic Games with a Black Power salute. Needless to say, the Power couple both nailed their costumes. Coming in the 2nd spot for this week's most impressive Halloween costumes are Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. The couple dressed up as the forever regal Queen Elizabeth and her husband Prince Philip. Chrissy revealed her and John's Halloween costumes via her Instagram story, only as a true Chrissy Teigen would do. However, in true Chrissy and John fashion, they also revealed on Chrissy's Instagram story that they were so tired after dressing up for Halloween that they didn't even have time to go out. Talk about couple goals, am I right? Finally, coming in the number 1 spot this week is Heidi Klum. For those of you who don't know, Heidi goes all out for Halloween as she hosts a star-studded Halloween party every year. She's gone from everything from Jessica Rabbit to the Hindu goddess Kali, and this year for her 19th annual Halloween party, Klum and her boyfriend went as Princess Fiona and Shrek. Klum had an entire glam squad dedicated to the entire prosthetic, hair, and makeup process, all of which was documented on Klum's Instagram. Colleen definitely deserves the award for the most elaborate costuming. Well, that's all for this week's special edition of the Big Three. So until next time, back to you, Colleen.
Thank you, Peyton. Isn't it weird that I'm already starting to plan my costumes for next October? Maybe a little. But for now, I'm going to just focus on this November, aka the perfect time of year to cuddle up under a blanket with your bae and a nice hot pizza while watching a movie. As for which movie, I'll leave that up to our resident movie expert on Watch It.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Watch It, featuring the top movies and shows to watch. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, as the weather cools down, all I want to do is snuggle up in my bed with my blanket and watch some winter movies. And so today, I'll be discussing my top 5 classic movies to watch as the weather cools. First up is The Polar Express, my favorite movie growing up. I swear I've watched this movie 50 times, but this cartoon centers around a doubtful young boy who embarks on a journey of self-discovery as he is transported to the North Pole on the Polar Express. Second up is the Home Alone series. Whenever you're in the mood for a good classic laugh about a courageous young boy who is accidentally left home alone for Christmas and has to learn the importance of independence, this is the perfect movie that will make you laugh and cry while hitting home on some strong family values. Next is the Harry Potter series. Technically, this series would be perfect for any season, but there's nothing like cozying up and binge watching all of these movies with some friends or family and drinking some hot cocoa while wondering how your Hogwarts letter of acceptance could have possibly gotten lost. Fourth on the list is Elf, the Christmas classic. The classic centers around Buddy, who is accidentally transported to the North Pole as a toddler and raised amongst Santa's elves. He eventually travels back to New York in search for his biological father and attempts to foster a relationship with him. And speaking of New York, that brings me to my last movie, Serendipity. If you're in the mood for a rom-com this winter season, this is my absolute favorite. The movie centers around two strangers who, in a serendipitous turn of events, find each other and enjoy an amazing night together. In an unfortunate turn of events, however, the two lose each other, and we as the audience get to watch as fate and serendipity bring them together in wintry and snowy New York, where I believe is the real city of love. Now, I know it's not wintertime yet, but at least you'll be prepared way in advance. So enjoy snuggling, and I'll see you guys next time.
Rosie, how did I ever plan movie nights before meeting you? Probably the same way I bought presents for my gamer bro before meeting Gabby. Not very successfully. And speaking of which, it's game time!
In gaming news today, Sony recently released the game lineup for its long-awaited PlayStation Classic, and we are going to go through some of the interesting choices. The games preloaded on it include some of the more popular early PlayStation games such as Final Fantasy VII, Grand Theft Auto, Rayman, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Revelations Persona, Metal Gear Solid, Tekken 3, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, as well as some little-known titles like Wild Arms, Siphon Filter, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, and Destruction Derby. This console has been teased for a while now, and will hit stores December 3rd at the price of $89.99. The day of the 24th anniversary release of the original PlayStation.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Look inside and you shall perceive a vision of costumes from All Hallows Eve. According to my potion and Google Stats, these here were the most searched Halloween costumes of 2018. Number 5 went to a costume that is always in style, a witch. It could be a Wicked Witch, a Hogwarts Witch, or a steampunk witch such as myself, but a witch always has and always will be a excellent choice. Coming in at number 4 was the ferocious dinosaur, followed by the sparkly unicorn at number 3. I mention them together because both of these costumes are perfect for people who either love animals or just love an excuse to wear onesies in public. Rounding out our finalists at number 2 was yet another superhero who, for some reason, is significantly more popular than his fellow men in tights, Spider-Man. Maybe it's because he's younger and more relatable. Maybe it's because Marvel just released a new movie about him with a new actor. Or maybe it's just because people really like doing this. Last, but definitely not least, it's time for me to announce the most popular Halloween costume of 2018. In a shocking twist, the grand prize of a lifetime worth of candy corn goes to the characters of Fortnite. Not gonna lie, I don't remember seeing any of those over the weekend. From my bedroom window, of course, because I was at my desk studying all weekend. Oh wow, but you look at the time. Besides, I'm pretty sure I've exceeded my 13 Halloween puns limit, which means my work here is done. Besides, the moon is full, the night is young, and I gotta get up early so I can make it to the ballot boxes before class. This is your spellerific host, Colleen Gary, reminding you to check back next week after you've gone out and voted for another sensational episode of The Scoop. But until then, gotta fly. Happy Halloween!